All right, we're with Pete Ray, Zap Fitness, reading the top 10 to give it.
Yes.
Who was the top 10? This race was crazy.
One of our second-year female athletes, Nicole DiMercurio.
Yep, saw her.
Most have probably not heard.
She was 5th, right?
She was 5th, yeah. University of Georgia graduate, and then Joanna Thompson was 10th, NC State graduate.
And so we just talked to Tyler, sort of, and he's more better known than them.
Right.
And I guess for him first, what were your expectations? And
well, we thought going in that he was a little fitter than he was at the Olympic trials, where he was 5th. And I thought on the Olympic trials, I thought he was probably ready to run 2:10 to 2:11 had the conditions been, and I think he was a little fitter for this race. So, and then when we saw the conditions, we just said this isn't about time. It's going to be about place. And we preached conservatism because after his debut at Twin Cities, Tyler, the other 3 marathons he's run, New York, the Olympic trials, and Fukuoka, were all races where he imploded the last 4 miles. So the goal was very simple. I said, for the first time, finish well. And just be contained throughout and don't really start going until 21 or 22. So he was in 21st place when we saw him at 7 miles, I mean, way back from the group. And he just he didn't pick it up, he just didn't slow down. He ran almost
Were you thinking
even.
he was running too slow then, or?
I don't think so with the conditions.
Yeah.
I mean, we were standing in Natick with umbrellas being blown back.
Yeah, what was it out there? Because, we're in here the whole time.
Yeah, I'd say it was winds probably earlier in the course, maybe 20 to 25 miles an hour, and gusting a little bit more, and the rain was just sideways. So it had to be a day where you just sat behind people. So there was so much destruction in front of him that it was just a matter of staying on your feet and you were going to move forward.
And what about, were you driving around on the course, or what do you do? How do you do it as a coach?
We decided, last night we paid, my wife Zika's idea, we paid an Uber driver a couple $100 to drive us around the course and get us to a few spots, and it worked out well.
And you try to get both the men and the women, or how does that work?
It actually works really well being with the women first, that by the time we were at the top of Heartbreak, they were all very close together. Yeah, all 3.
And so the women, what were their expectations coming in? And
so Nicole ran 2:36.03, I believe, at Cal International, which was a big breakthrough for her. And she was fitter than that going in here. In fact, we thought if you had a 2011 kind of day, I said, maybe you could run 2:31 to 2:32. And then same as Tyler, as soon as we saw the weather, we took time and put it out the window and said, if you run a really good race and you get a couple DNFs, because you're probably going to get a couple, you might be able to run yourself into the top 10. And she did a little better.
Would she run 2:46?
She was 2:45 high for 5th. Yeah, pretty amazing.
See, but Tyler was saying you guys run in some pretty bad conditions in North Carolina. You think, when you guys don't have like an indoor track there, right? Or you think
we have an indoor track at Appalachian State. We don't use it much, but yeah, Boone is on the top of the mountain, and it's cold, wet, and windy in the winter. Not quite Boston, but we see a lot of adverse conditions, so I think it helped a little. It was an amazing race to watch. I've watched a lot of marathons like you, and I've never seen conditions like this.
Yeah, later on when you're at Heartbreak, was it still as rainy, windy? Was it worse then? It seemed like later on it really rained harder.
It was raining harder, and this might have just been me because I was in a soaking wet sweatshirt, but it felt colder. And I was just telling Tyler's agent, Ray, that the people I'm really concerned about today, of course, are the people who are going to be out for 3.5, 4, 5 hours. I can't imagine, as tough as it was on the pros, the people who are going to be out there for twice as long. It's going to be interesting. Yeah.
What's next for the Tyler and the group, and maybe give us an overview of the group as well.
We've got a good group, 10 athletes, a great team, 8 men, 2 women, small group in the post-collegiate world, but they all live there right at Zap. Good team, some steeple 10K type people, but I'd say 5 or 6 of the group is really focusing more and more. We're focusing toward the roads as a group. Not that we don't run track, but U.S. Half Marathon Championships, we've got 4 athletes running in a couple weeks, and we had 5 athletes at Cherry Blossom a couple weeks ago, so we're shifting that way a little bit more.
And Reebok's still the...
Yeah, since 2005.
It seems like Reebok's trying to get back into running more so as well.
Yeah, we were just on their campus a couple days ago looking at all the product going forward, and they are increasing their imprint in running, so it's exciting.
All right, well, good job today.
Thanks.